morning. This is B. Naresh, working as assistant professor in AEC department. Today's topic is problems on CE amplifier. So, in this session, we are going to discuss how to solve the parameters that is related to common emitter amplifier using the H model analysis. So, first we will see the first problem. Determine the input impedance, output impedance, voltage gain, and the current gain of the common emitter amplifier using H parameter model for the transistor. So they given some specifications like H parameter specifications. HIE is 3.2 kilo ohms and HFE is 100 at the operating conditions. And apart from that, the circuit contains some parameters like the specifications for voltage divided bias is R1 is a 40 kilo ohms, R2 is a 4.7 kilo ohms, RC is a 4 kilo ohms, RE is a 1.2 kilo ohms, and VCC is a 16 volts. So in this problem, so we are going to analyze a input impedance, output impedance, voltage gain, as well as the current gain for the common emitter amplifier. For this common emitter amplifier, to design this common emitter amplifier, they use a voltage divided bias network. And we know that in a voltage divided bias network, at the base side, it contains two resistances. Those are represented as R1 and R2. And across the collector side, the collector resistance is represented as 4 kilo ohms. And across the emitter resistance, it is represented as RE, that is 1.2 kilo ohms. And it requires some biasing voltage. The biasing voltage is represented as 16 volts. Apart from that, they given that the H model specifications means H parameters like here. The HI is called as input impedance, that is for common emitter, that is represented as 3.2 kilo ohms. And HFE means a DC forward current gain. And for this common emitter amplifier, the given transistor, the DC current gain is represented as 100. So based on this H model and based on the specifications of the given common emitter amplifier circuit, we need to determine the input impedance, output impedance, voltage gain, as well as the current gain. So based on that problem statement, first I noted down all the given parameters. So what are the parameters are there in a problem statement? So in that problem statement, we have this is the biasing voltage is the 16 volts, the input impedance, that is in terms of a H model, that is 3.2 kilo ohms, and a DC forward current gain 100. It is also represented as beta. And based on the voltage divider network, it have the two resistances at the base side, that is represented as R1 and R2. The R1 resistance is 40 kilo ohms and R2 resistance is 4.7 kilo ohms. And the collector resistance is 4 kilo ohms, emitter resistance is 1 kilo ohm. Based on these statements, we need to calculate some parameters like input impedance, output impedance, voltage gain, and current gain. So from this H parameter analysis, so if you observe the H parameters for a BJT case, we have the four H parameters. Those are called as input impedance, output admittance, a DC forward current gain, and reverse voltage gain. So those are represented as HIE, HFE, and HRE and HOE, where HIE is represented as input impedance, HFE is represented as a DC forward current gain, HRE means reverse voltage gain, HOE means output admittance. So based on this, so we know that, and input side, so if you observe the given specifications, the common emitter amplifier is designed with a voltage divider network. So in that, based on the voltage divider network, the input side means the base resistance So we are going to use, this is the NPN transistor. I'm going to choose the NPN transistor. Common emitter means base terminal is acts as a input side and the collector terminal is acts as a output side. Emitter is a common for input side as well as the output side. And based on the design parameters and based on the biasing method, the voltage divider biasing method, so the internal input impedance, we know that from the H parameter, the internal input impedance is represented as HI. But externally, the input side, we connected the two resistances, that is R1 and R2. So if means this is, let's take this is R1 and this is R2. This R1 and R2 is a biased with a VCC. So this is collector resistance R. And that is the reason at this base point, the externally it contains a two resistances, that is R1 and R2. The total equivalent resistance here we consider as RB. So and then this external base resistance is also affect with your internal input impedance. So what is the internal input impedance? We have, that is a parameter is HI. So here the internal H parameter model, that is input impedance, and based on that, if you want to calculate the total input impedance, that is the parallel combination of your base resistance and the H parameter input impedance. And for this case, first we need to calculate how much base resistance is offered. So to determine this base resistance, based on the circuit analysis and based on the design parameters, they use the voltage divider network. Hence, the input side contains the two resistances R1 and R2. And this R1 and R2 across the base, we need to calculate the equivalent Thevenin's resistance at the base side. From that, we know that RB is the parallel combination of R1 and R2. So based on this, we need to calculate the equivalent base resistance, means that is R1 R2 by R1 plus R2. So in a given specifications, we have R1 is a 40 kilo ohms, hence this is 40 into 10 power 3 into R2 is 4.7 kilo ohms, hence 4.7 into 10 power 3 divided by R1 plus R2. So R1 is again 40 kilo ohms plus R2 is 4.7 kilo ohms. If you simplify this, it gives the total base resistance, that is 4.2 kilo ohms. If you simplify this one, the base resistance is equal to 4.2 kilo ohms. So now we need to calculate the input impedance. So what is the input impedance? So Zi is represented as RB is a parallel with the HI. So in a previous analysis, we observed that the base resistance, that is RB. Now we need to identify the total input impedance, that is the external base resistance is the parallel combination with the H parameter input impedance, that is represented as HI. So we got this RB value. RB value is a 4.2 kilo ohms. Hence, again, we need to calculate this Zi. RB is a parallel with HIE. Hence, RB into HIE by RB plus HI. If you substitute the specifications, RB we got that 4.2 kilo ohms. Hence, 4.2 into 10 power 3 into HIE is they given that 3.2 kilo ohms, hence 3.2 into 10 power 3 by RB plus HI. RB value is 4.2 kilo ohms, 4.2 into 10 power 3 plus HIE value is 3.2 kilo ohms. To solve this ratio, then Zi gives that 1.82 kilo ohms. If you solve this parallel combination of base resistance and internal H parameter input impedance, the total input impedance gives Zi is 1.82 kilo ohms. Then now I am going to calculate the output impedance. So from the voltage divider network, the output impedance is exactly equal to the collector resistance. Means the output side, if you taken this a common emitter amplifier, and input side we use this R1 resistance as well as R2 resistance, and based on the statement it have the RE, these two are connected to ground, and the collector is biased with RC resistance and with is biased with a DC source, that is VCC is equal to 16 volts. And now across this collector terminal, now we are going to find out the output voltage, base, this is the emitter, and the collector. So, and from this equivalent circuit, from the H model analysis, the output impedance is exactly equal to the collector resistance. Hence, we know that simply the Z0 is RC, means in a problem statement they given that the collector resistance is 4 kilo ohms. So hence Z0 is 4 kilo ohms. Now, in a given problem, we need to determine again the voltage gain as well as the current gain. So from the common emitter amplifier, from the H model analysis, the voltage gain is represented as minus HFE times of RC by HI, or otherwise you can also write so minus HFE Z0 by ZI. You can also write like this. So minus HFE by HFE into RC or Z0 by HIE or ZI. So where RC is the collector resistance, HI is the input impedance, and for HFE means a DC forward gain. So HFE is a known parameter, Z0 we observed, that is RC, and ZI is also we observed. So hence, now we are going to use this parameter. So if you substitute this one, so this is minus HFE means, HFE they mentioned that minus 100 into RC means that is 4 kilo ohms. So hence 4 into 10 power 3 divided by HIE value is 3.2 into 10 power 3. So if you solve this ratio, minus 100 into 4 into 10 power 3 by 3.2 into 10 power 3. So this is minus 400 by 3.2. This 10 power 3 is a get cancelled. Now if you solve this ratio, it gives the voltage gain is minus 125, where the negative sign indicates that means that in a common emitter amplifier, the output is 180 degrees phase shift with respect to the input signal. So that is the meaning of negative sign indication. That is the voltage gain. Based on the given parameters, we observe the voltage gain is minus 125. Now we need to calculate how much current gain is produces with respect to the given specifications. So hence, now I'm going to calculate the current gain. So here the current gain from the H model analysis. So we need to recall these formulas. So from that, we know that this current gain is represented as minus HFE times of RB by RB plus HI. So where HFE value is 100, hence this is minus 100 into the base resistance RB, we got that 4.2 kilo ohms, hence 4.2 into 10 power 3 by RB means again 4.2 into 10 power 3 plus HIE value is 3.2 kilo ohms. Then you can solve this ratio. It gives the current gain. The current gain is minus 56.76. So up to this point, we identify the 4 parameters based on the given problem statement, that is input impedance, output impedance, voltage gain, and current gain for a given common emitter amplifier by using the voltage divider biasing along with the H model parameters. Now we'll see another problem. A common emitter amplifier uses load resistor, that is RL, is represented as 2 kilo ohms in the collector circuit and is given by the voltage source, the Vs. Internal resistance is 1000 ohms. The H parameters of the transistor are HIE is represented as 1300 ohms, HRE is 2 into 10 to the power of minus 4, HFE is a 55, and HOE is 22 micromos. Neglecting the biasing resistors, then we need to compute the current gain, input resistance, voltage gain, output resistance, and output terminal resistance. It is also called as output total resistance for the following values of emitter resistor RE inserted in the emitter circuit. So they given the two different emitter resistances, that is one is 200 ohms and another one is 400 ohms. So use the approximate model for the transistor if permissible. So in this problem, we are going to calculate the current gain, input resistance, voltage gain, output resistance, and a total output resistance with respect to the emitter resistance. They provide two different emitter resistances. One is 200 ohms, another one is 400 ohms. But we know that while basic on the depends upon the H model analysis, we identified the two types of the analysis. One is exact model analysis, another one is approximate analysis. So now in this case, we need to find out first either which model we need to choose, either a exact model analysis or a approximate model analysis we need to choose. For this case, so here I have some representation. So based on the problem statement, I identify the given specifications, that is load resistance is a 2 kilo ohms, source resistance is 1000 ohms, and H parameter models are HIE is a 1300 ohms, HRE is a 2 into 10 to the power of minus 4, HF is a 55, HOE is a 22 micro ohms. Now, with respect to the RE, we need to calculate the parameters. Hence, the first case, I am going to consider the emitter resistance is 200 ohms. So for this case, if you want to identify either the which model we need to choose, either it should be the exact model we need to choose or a approximate model we need to choose. For this case, we know that the condition is the HOE times of RL must be less than of 0.1. So HOE times of RL value is must be less than of 0.1. Then we go for approximate model. Otherwise, we need to choose exact model analysis. But in our problem, they are also considering the emitter resistance. Hence, we need to verify the statement HOE times of RL plus RE value is less than of 0.1 or not. If it is a less than of 0.1, then we go for approximate model, or otherwise we go for exact model analysis. So hence, to identify which model we need to choose to determine these parameters, first we need to calculate this factor. The factor is HOE times of RL plus RE. So hence, I'm going to consider this HOE times of RE plus RL. So based on this representation, we know that HOE is 22 micromos, means 22 into 10 to the power of minus 6 into RE plus RL. So for the first case, we have the two different emitter resistances cases. So for this case, I'm going to consider this RE is 200 ohms. Hence, RE is 200 ohms plus RL is 2 kilo ohms, 2 into 10 to the power of 3. Now, if you solve this ratio, it gives that this value HOE times of RE plus RL value is 0.0484. Now, our condition is whenever this HOE times of RE plus RL is less than of 0.1, then we go for approximate model. Otherwise, then we need to choose exact model analysis. So based on this factor, it indicates that this factor is less than of 0.1. Hence, we need to choose approximate model. So based on this approximate model analysis, we need to determine the input impedance, output impedance, and the voltage gain as well as the current gain. So hence, now I'm going to first calculate the current gain. So here we are employing the approximate model analysis. So already we observed the analysis of this common emitter amplifier. So based on this, I'm going to calculate these problems. So that is the reason. So here we identified that. So now we are going to calculate the current gain based on the approximate model analysis. So based on this approximate model analysis for a common emitter amplifier, we know that the current gain is represented as minus HFE. So in a problem, directly they mentioned that the forward current gain is 55, hence AA becomes minus 55. And similarly, now we need to calculate the input impedance Zi. Here the Zi is represented as HIE plus 1 plus HFE times of RE. So now we can substitute these parameters. HIE in the problem, HIE is a 1300 ohms plus 1 plus HFE is 55 along with RE. So we consider this RE is 200 ohms, hence this RE value is 200. If you solve this ratio, it gives that Zi is 12.5 kilo ohms. Now we need to calculate the voltage gain for this approximate model analysis with an emitter resistance of 200 ohms. So when we consider this voltage gain, it is represented as AA into ZL by Zi. Just now we got this current gain. The current gain in approximate model analysis, the current gain is represented as minus HFE. ZL means we consider as the load resistance, and the Zi is just now we observed that is 12.5 kilo ohms. Now we can substitute this one. So Zi value is 12.5. Now we need to substitute this value. So AA is minus HFE means that is minus 55 into ZL or RL, that is 2 kilo ohms, 2 into 10 power 3 divided by Zi value is 12.5 kilo ohms. Now if you solve this ratio, it gives that the voltage gain AV is equal to minus 8.8. Now similarly, we need to calculate for this given emitter resistance, we need to calculate output resistance and the total output resistance. So generally, we consider that output admittance should be very, very small. Based on the H parameter analysis, we know that output admittance is a very, very small. If you observe this one, HOE is represented as 22 into 10 power minus 6. If admittance is a very, very small, means the impedance becomes very large. So based on that, in our representation, in approximate analysis, we neglected that output admittance. Why? Because that is a very, very small. So we consider as output admittance is a 0. If output admittance we consider as a 0, hence the output impedance or resistance becomes infinite. R0 is equal to infinite. But based on the load resistance, we need to calculate the total output resistance, that is ROT, means that is represented as a total resistance or a terminal resistance, that is the parallel combination of output resistance and RL. So here it is represented as R0 into RL by R0 plus RL. And generally we know that when the two resistances are unequal and if the two resistances are parallel combination, the total parallel resistance is equal to smaller resistance. So hence, from that principle, here we know that R0 is a very large. So why? Because of that R0 we consider as infinite, that is a very large, and RL is the 2 kilo ohms. So if the two resistances are unequal and the parallel resistance is always equal to smaller resistance, hence this is approximately equal to RL. So based on this, the ROT, the total ROT is approximately equal to RL, means that is 2 kilo ohms. So this is the total output resistance or a terminal resistance. Now we need to consider when Re is 400 ohms. Up to this point, we are considered as the emitter resistance is 200 ohms. Now we need to calculate the same parameters when the emitter resistance is changes from 200 ohms to 400 ohms. Again, first we need to find out either means which model we need to use, either the approximate model or a exact model. To identify this type of the model, we need to verify the condition. The condition is HOE times of RE plus RL. Generally, that is HOE times of RL. But here we are considering the RE, that is the reason we are going to consider the factor is HOE times of RE plus RL value is less than of 0.1. Then we go for approximate model analysis. Otherwise, we need to choose exact model analysis. Hence, now first I'm going to find out this HOE times of RE plus RL factor. And from these specifications, HOE is 22 into 10 to the power of minus 6 into RE value. Now we need to consider 400 ohms. 400 plus RL value is 2 kilo ohms. 2 into 10 to the power of 3. If you solve this factor, it gives this factor HOE times of RE plus RL gives the 0.0528. What is our condition? HOE times of RE plus RL is less than of 0.1. Then we go for approximate model. Otherwise, we go for exact model here. So hence, from this parameter, we know that this is always less than of 0.1. Hence, we need to choose approximate model. So based on that approximate model, again we need to calculate the current gain, input impedance, voltage gain, and output impedance, that is the total terminal output impedance when the emitter resistance is 400 ohms. So now first I'm going to calculate the current gain from the approximate model. Again, we know that the current gain is minus HFE, hence the HFE value is a 55, hence it becomes minus 55. That is the current gain. Now we need to calculate ZI. So what is the ZI representation? HIE plus 1 plus HFE times of RE. So for this case, if you consider the HIE value is a 1300 ohms plus 1 plus HFE is a 55. And now RE value we need to consider 400. In the previous case, we consider that RE value is a 200 ohms. Now we need to consider the RE value is a 400 ohms. If you solve this one, it gives that the ZI is 23.7 kilo ohms. When RE is a changes from 200 ohms to 400 ohms, we observe that when RE is a 200 ohms, ZI we got that 12.5 kilo ohms. When the RE is a changes from the 200 ohms to 400 ohms, the ZI value is also increases, or input impedance is also increases from the 12.5 kilo ohms to 23.7 kilo ohms. Now by using this one, now we need to calculate the voltage gain. What is the voltage gain? It is a AA into ZL by ZI for the common emitter amplifier. So AA means that is minus 55. ZL means RL, that is 2 into 2 kilo ohms, and by your ZI value is 23.7 kilo ohms. Hence, ZI value is 23.7 kilo ohms. If we solve this factor, it gives that the voltage gain AV is equal to minus 4.654. Now we need to calculate the output resistance R0. Again, we know that based on this given output admittance of the H parameter, that is a very, very small. Hence, in approximate analysis, we neglected that output admittance, we consider as a 0. If output admittance is a 0, the output impedance becomes infinite. Now, based on this, we need to calculate the output terminal resistance or total resistance, that is R0 is parallel with RL. So again, this is R0 into RL by R0 plus RL. But we know that if the two resistances are unequal, the parallel combination is used to smaller resistance. Hence, and from that representation, the equivalent resistance is equal to load resistance. So what is the load resistance? That is equal to 2 kilo ohms. Now we'll see another problem. Consider A single stage CE amplifier with RS is a 1 kilo ohms, R1 is a 50 kilo ohms, R2 is a 2 kilo ohms, collector resistance is a 1 kilo ohm, RL is a 1.2 kilo ohms, HFE is a 50, HIE is a 1.1 kilo ohms, HOE is 25 microampere per volt, and HRE is 2.5 into 10 to the power of minus 4. Determine AI means current gain, RI means input impedance, voltage gain, current gain, and this current gain with respect to the source resistance AIS, and voltage gain with respect to the source as well as output impedance. So these are the parameters we need to calculate based on the given common emitter amplifier along with a H model analysis. So first I'm going to represent what are the parameters we have. So based on the problem statement, we have these are the parameters. RS is a 1 kilo ohm, R1 is a 50 kilo ohms, R2 is a 2 kilo ohms, RC is a 1 kilo ohm, load resistance is a 1.2K, HF is a 50, HI is a 1.1 kilo ohms, HO is a 25 microampere per volt, and HRE is 2.5 into 10 to the power of minus. Now we need to calculate, first I'm going to calculate the input impedance ZI. So from this model, we know that from the exact model analysis, ZI is represented as HIE plus HRE into AA into ZL. If you observe this mathematical representation, HI is a known parameter, HRE is a known parameter, ZL is also known parameter, unknown parameter is AA. So from this formula, first we need to calculate the current gain. So here the current gain AA is represented as minus HFE by 1 plus HOE times of ZL. So HFE means 50. So hence this is minus 50 by 1 plus HOE is 25 into 10 to the power of minus 6. ZL value is 1.2 kilo ohms into 1.2 into 10 power 3. If you solve this ratio, it gives that the current gain is minus 48.54. So now this value we need to substitute in this input impedance to determine the how much input impedance is offered by this amplifier circuit. So hence I am going to use the ZI is equal to HIE plus HRE into AA into ZL. So what is the HIE value here? The HIE value is 1.1 kilo ohms plus HRE is 2.5 into 10 to the power of minus 4 into the current gain. Just now we observed that the current gain is minus 48.54 into the ZL value is 1.2 kilo ohms. Now if you solve this one, it gives that ZI is equal to 1085.43 ohms. Now I'm going to calculate the voltage gain. So the voltage gain is, it is a ratio of output voltage to input voltage. From that H model analysis, it is represented as minus AA times of ZL by ZI. So AA we observed and ZI is also we observed. ZL means load resistance we need to consider. Hence AA is, so that is minus 48.54 into your ZL value is 1085.43 divided by, ZL value is this one RL, that is 1.2 into kilo ohms, means 1.2 into 10 power 3 by ZI value is 1085.43. If you solve this one, it gives that the voltage gain is minus 53.66. Now I'm going to calculate the voltage gain. So up to this point, we are not consider the source resistance to determine the voltage gain and the current gain. Now I'm going to consider the source resistance to determine this voltage gain and the current gain in terms of the source resistance. So hence that is represented as AVS, means voltage gain with respect to the source resistance. For this case, it is represented as AI into ZL by RS plus ZI dash. So where the ZI dash means it is a parallel combination of, so why? Because that is there is a voltage divided by network, hence ZI along with the external resistance, that is RB. So that RB is again nothing but a parallel combination of R1 and R2. Hence the total input side along with the internal and external resistances, the total input impedance is represented as ZI dash is equal to ZI is a parallel with R1 is a parallel with R2. To solve this one, so ZI means 1085.43 is a parallel with R1. The R1 is 1 kilo ohm. Again, it is parallel with R2. So, sorry, R1 is 50 kilo ohms. So here this is R1 value. R1 is a 50 kilo ohms and R2 value is 2 kilo ohms. So, if we solve this ratio, it gives that the ZI dash is, so 1 by R1 parallel means 1 by R1 plus 1 by R2 plus 1 by R3 means 1 by Z1 plus 1 by R1 plus 1 by R2. That gives the ZI dash is equal to 693 ohms. Now we need to substitute this ZI dash here to identify the voltage gain with respect to the source resistance. Hence ZI dash we identified. So now I'm going to substitute AA, ZL, RS and ZI dash. So AA is minus 48.54. ZL means RL, that is 1.2 kilo ohms divided by RS is 1 kilo ohm, 1 into 10 power 3 plus ZI dash is 693 ohms. If we solve this ratio, it gives the voltage gain with respect to source resistance, that is minus 34.04. So similarly, we need to calculate a current gain with respect to the source resistance, that is represented as AS is equal to AA into RS by RS plus ZI dash. So AA is minus 48.54 into RS means 1 kilo ohms, 1 into 10 power 3 divided by RS. So your RS value is again 1 kilo ohm, 1 into 10 power 3 plus ZI dash is 693. If you solve this factor, it gives the current gain is 28.67, that is minus 28.67. Now again in the problem we mentioned the output admittance. So from the exact model analysis, the output admittance of the common emitter amplifier is represented as minus HFE HRE by RS plus HIE plus HOE. Just substitute the specifications. HFE is minus 50 into HRE means 2.5 into 10 to the power of minus 4 divided by RS means 1 kilo ohm plus HIE is 1.1 into 10 power 3 plus HOE value is 25 into 10 to the power of minus 6. To solve this one, it gives that the Y0 value is 1.904 into 10 to the power of minus 5. So by using this output admittance, now I'm going to calculate output impedance. We know that output impedance is the reciprocal of admittance. So hence the output impedance is the reciprocal of output admittance 1 by Y0. So Y0 value we observed just now, that is 1.904 into 10 to the power of minus 5. So hence I'm going to substitute this one. R0 is equal to 1 by 1.904 into 10 to the power of minus 5. It gives that R0 value is 52.5 kilo ohms. We'll see another problem. Determine the input impedance, output impedance, voltage gain and the current gain for the common emitter amplifier. For this case, the H parameters of the transistors are HFE is 60, HIE is 500 ohms, at the collector current IC is 3 milliamps and the base resistance is 220 kilo ohms and the collector resistance is 5 kilo ohms and the biasing voltage is 12 volts. Here it uses a fixed bias method. In this circuit, they use the fixed bias method. So based on this fixed bias method and based on the amplifier analysis, now we need to calculate the parameters like input impedance, output impedance, voltage gain and the current gain. So for this case, let us identify the given specifications. These are the given specifications based on the problem statement. HF is 60, HA is 500 ohms. The collector current, that is IC, is 3 milliamps. RB is means base resistance is 220 kilo ohms. RC is 5.1 and VC is 12. So here the circuit is, this is RB, and we are going to use a fixed bias method, and there is no emitter resistance. Emitter should be connected to ground, and the collector resistance is 5.1 into 10 power 3 ohms, and it is a biased with the VCC. That VCC is 12 volts, and RB value is 220 kilo ohms. And I use NPN transistor. This is base, emitter, and collector. So for this case, we need to calculate the parameters N's. So from this, the fixed bias, we identify, if you observe this, the base resistance and the input impedance, RB is a much greater than of input impedance N's. So from that H parameter model, so if these two are, if you want to calculate the total input impedance along with the base resistance and the input impedance, and we know that Zi means RB is a parallel with HI. And when the two unequal resistances are having the parallel combination, the equivalent parallel resistance is approximately equal to smaller resistance. And from this circuit, and based on the given specifications, if the base resistance is much greater than of your internal input impedance, hence Zi is approximately equal to HI value. So hence the HI value they given the 500 ohms, hence directly I represented as Zi is 500 ohms. Now we need to calculate the total output impedance, that is Z0. The Z0 is in that directly that is proportional to collector resistance, hence the collector resistance is 5.1 kilo ohms, hence it is represented as Z0 is 5.1 kilo ohms. Now we need to calculate the voltage gain as well as current gain. If you observe the voltage gain from the common emitter amplifier based on the H model analysis, it is equal to minus AA times of ZL by ZA. So AA means it is represented as HFE, that is minus, so that is 60 into ZL means that is equal to RC, ZL or Z0 or that is R0 RC, that is equal to 5.1 kilo ohms. Hence ZL is 5.1 into 10 to the power of 3 divided by Zi. Zi, just now we observed that Zi is equal to HIE. Hence Zi value is, or HIE value is 500 ohms. Hence you substitute this 500 ohms. Then it gives us, this ratio gives the voltage gain, that is minus 612. Then now I'm going to calculate the current gain. So already we know this current gain is a minus HFE, hence directly AA is minus 60. So up to this point, today we observed some of the problems are related to common emitter amplifier by using the H model analysis. Thank you.
Like, share and subscribe. Hit the bell icon for more updates.